So you're in the financial services industry, and what you're thinking about is the commissions in which you're going to make. So you're all the way like on step 7, but you neglect step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now here's the, if you look at the business pipeline, step 1 would be prospecting. This is where you're going to make a list or have an idea of where the people are they're going to come from, the ones you're going to talk to. Step 2 would be the approach. Like, how do you reach out to those people? Prospecting, approaching, and then you're going to set up the time for a presentation. That would be the presenting. Now look at step 4. You're following up with the people. Step 5, you're going to be filling out the application or going to get somebody started if you're recruiting. Step 6 is you building and you're licensing. Then step 7 is when you get the compensation, where you're earning the commission. This is kind of where people's mind they go to when they're thinking about the just joining into the industry, neglecting everything else before that. Then you look at step 8. That's you're going to be developing your skills. Step 9 is the leadership and what you're going to do in terms of mindset. This is if you're going to build an organization. This is the things in which you're going to have to work on in order to be able to grow that organization. And then step 10, that's going to be the cash flow and the lifestyle. This is what everyone's thinking about. But now, where do these people come from? Who do I talk to? Where do I find these people? It's common in the industry that people say, well, do you have leads? Well, you can create your own leads. There's 2 ways of being able to really have leads. There's going to be prospecting, and then there's marketing, right? They're different in the sense that whereas though prospecting is when you're reaching out to somebody in order to, you're directly reaching out to them to be able to have that conversation so you can move them along through the process and be able to ultimately book appointment. Marketing is when you put out a piece of content somewhere online. Maybe you send out a mailer or you set up a booth someplace so people can come by and ask a little bit about what it is you're doing. You're hoping that somebody responds back to what it is you're doing, so that way you can have so you have a conversation. Think of let's say in the winter time, early winter, you see the girls out there with the Girl Scout cookies in front of the supermarket. They have that table set up there. That table is their marketing. They have all the cookies. They have the little banner there. They have the drape on the table showing you that they're selling cookies. Prospect is when you come out the store and that little girl walks up to you and says, "Do you want to buy some cookies?" So that's like, think about social media. You can make a post online, hope somebody likes your post or they comment on it. But prospecting would be going directly into the person's inbox, start having a conversation, and when they start replying back to you, that's where you're going to engage. And then the same thing, marketing would be, let's just say you're sending out messages, email messages or text messages to people that you know. But prospecting, you pick up the phone, or you, in that case, maybe it may be a text, but you pick up the phone and call them and let them know what it is you're doing. So there's 3 different areas in which you're going to be able to get people from. So it's going to be your warm market. These are people that you know, that know you. Social media, people that are getting to know you. And then there's the cold market. People have no idea you even exist, no idea that you're even on Earth. Now, say if we went in the cold market, there's a couple different things you can do to make your life a little bit simpler. One of them is like if you're out there prospecting, you get a badge like this. You can pick this up on Amazon, then you look pretty official when you're wearing something like this. But all I did here was I just got the badge, and with this here, I just got my license. I shrunk it down in there. It's actually license expired. It's an expired license. I shrunk it down in there. But when I'm going around in different places, I look like I belong, like I'm official. Or if you're door knocking, you get yourself some sticky notes, fluorescent. The reason why you do that is that you can leave a note on the door for the individual. Let's say you have leads and you're out there door knocking, and when you're driving by, if that note is gone and there's a car in the driveway, a car in front of the house, you know the person's home. Now go back and knock on the door. Say if the note's still there, more than likely the person's not there. But what do you put on the note to be able to track them so that they call you back? If there's a husband and wife, if you're a male, put the wife's name on there. If you're a female, put the husband's name, because then they're gonna call back to investigate to see what's going on. So if it was, let's say it was Jane, let's say, or Sally. So I would fill out this note, say, "Sally, I stopped by, nobody was home, put my name, James, and my number." Now Sally sees that. Who is James? I don't know him. She'll call me back, and if I'm still in the area, I won't answer the phone. I'll just go back to the house and have that conversation with them. But if I'm not in the area, then I'll talk to them. But I could actually. Here's the thing: when you're in that cold market, you don't have as many opportunities to really work with people. I could actually on my phone be able to pull up the application and start taking the application right on the phone. And there's different techniques in terms of getting into presentation, in terms of what you need to do to be able to move those people along the process. That'll be in a different video, or if you want to learn more, just reach out to me and show you how to connect with those people to be able to get them to talk to you. Because on the cold market, you got to take somebody within an hour from not knowing who you are, to being able to get their social security number and their banking information, and to be able to trust you to be able to do that, so you can move them along through the process. Social media, you have, let's say, you have on Facebook the ability to call somebody or do a video call right then and there, where you can start talking to them and have, be able to schedule a time for an appointment right there on social media. And then with people that you can call them directly and be able to talk to them and schedule a time with an appointment. Now, what most people say is, what do you say? And you can say a number of different things. I mean, I can give you a few different things and what you can say to be able to reach those people, but understand your warm market, right? Those are people that you're going to practice with. But the whole goal, whether you're in the warm market, let's say social media, or the cold market, is to get those people on your in your hot list. Take them to your hot market. Those are the people that you're going to follow up with. So you just want to engage with these people, see if they have an interest. The ones that do have an interest, those are the ones that you're going to talk to, follow up, and be able to make the appointments. Doesn't matter where the people come from. All you want to do is to be able to have those conversations so you can see who wants to move along through the process. Now, there's a number of different ways in which you can be able to reach out to people. There's things you can say. You can say this to the same group of people all the time. Let's see, with any industry, or just say in life, most people want to be able to eliminate their debt. I don't know if you realize that you can use a life insurance policy to be able to help somebody eliminate their debt. And you get paid on the life insurance. That person, most people buy life insurance not for what it is, but for what it does for them. That person's going to be excited because it can help them pay off their debt in a shorter period of time and also increase their cash flow. So let's just say we're reaching out, whether you do this in the warm market, social media, cold market, you can make it a post. You can make it a letter to send out to people. You can make it an email to be able to send out to people, either one. But you just ask a series of questions. If you want a book, that help you in terms of being able to ask better questions, I can recommend a book. I think I may even have a copy. I can send it to you electronically. It's How to Win Friends and Influence People. So if you want a copy of that book, be happy to send that out there to you, because you learn to ask better questions, you get better answers, you'll be able to move it through the process. But here's a question you can ask just about anybody, be able to talk about a subject that most people have a concern with, is debt. Say, do you or anyone you know, not you or anyone you know, but do you or anyone you know have any personal or business debt that you want to eliminate? Now, a person, they're going to say yes. Most people are going to say yes when they think about it, but the psychology is they having a debt, and what you're really talking to them about is having them think about the debt that they have, and you add that business in there, it makes them think about a number of different things. But most people say yes. The second question you're going to ask them is, how much debt do you have that you want to get rid of? Now, they're going to tell you their number is going to be their number. That number is going to be personal to them. It's just say they said $276,000. Doesn't matter the amount that they say, because the next one is where you're going to tie it all home, tie it all in together to be able to make the appointment. So, and then you say, if I could show you how to be able to eliminate that $276,000 of debt in a shorter period of time than it's taking you now, while increasing your cash flow, would you consider using a strategy? And most people are going to say yes, because in their mind, consider is well, they have the upper hand there because they have to think about it, or they can decide whether or not they want to do it. But at the same time, for them to consider it, they have to come to the meeting to find out what it is you have. So we can help you be able to really get your business going, no matter if you're working in a warm market, the cold market, social media, the different things of what you're going to do. All you're really doing, again, is just you're taking a bunch of people, going through the list, going through the ranks, finding out who's interested in talking to you further, and then those people we're going to take, and then we're going to have appointments with them. So I can show you a number of different techniques, number of different things to do. The first thing you need to say, if you have leads, you're talking to people, or the text message that you send people, if they don't answer the phone, how to be able to follow up with them on social media. If you want to have those conversations with people directly in the inbox, show you how to be able to do that. So just reach out to us so you can be able to take your business forward and show you how to be able to have success and become more profitable in your business.